What's up, YouTube? I am Ramon. Welcome to my channel. About 4 months ago, 3 4 months ago, I put out a video. Got a lot of hits on it. Um, in regards to landlord double checking tenants and stuff like that. And I also put a warning out there for tenants to try to help them and give them, you know, what I thought was the best possible thing that they can do as a tenant is I try to warn them, and I told them try to stay put. I don't know if some of you remember. I put the video out, telling pretty much telling the tenants stay put, try to be a good tenant, pay your rent. You know, try not to move around. Things are gonna get tough. Things are gonna get tough. It's gonna get rough out there, and sure enough, lo and behold, here we are. 4 or 5 months later, we are in. This is a very tough situation. I would not want to be a tenant right now. I would not want to be a tenant right now. And here's why. Uh, it's tough. There's a shortage in housing. Inflation is in place, as we probably all know. Inflation has taken effect. The rents have skyrocketed, and I'm sure we're seeing that. We're all seeing that, right? If you go to social media to go to your phone, and I don't have cable, but if you look at the news, social media, what's being talked about out there, you can clearly see that there's a crisis. This is a crisis. There's a shortage. Number one, number two, the rents are blowing up. They're blowing up big time. So this is like another warning to tenants. Stay put if at all possible. Work things out with your landlord. Do the best you can to work things out. Keep your apartment intact. Pay your rent on time. Communicate with the landlord, and be a good tenant, just like the landlord should be a good landlord. It's rough. It's rough. I'll give you an example. I raised my rents. I think they were reasonable. I like to keep them cheap because you know I don't have a lot of debt on my properties, so I'm able to pay the bills, put a little money in my pocket, and I'm happy. So after the eviction moratorium was lifted last year, sometime back in I want to say October or something like that, or September, uh, I renewed some month to month leases. I don't do any more yearly leases. That's on my last video. You can check it out. It's very informative. I do month to month. And what I did was I raised my rents. I raised my rents. My rents were stupid cheap. I'll give you an example. One lady was paying $700. $700 for a two-bedroom. I'm currently renting those two bedrooms out now for $1,000, $1,100 for a two-bedroom. Her rent was $700. I raised her rent $800 to $800. I raised it $100. And the lady turned on me. She gave me such a hard time. She goes, I ain't paying it. I said, okay, you ain't paying it? Then I'm going to start. I want my apartment back. And because she didn't have a lease, a yearly lease, it was just a month to month lease, I was able to start an eviction on her. And we're currently in the process of evicting her. It's not what I wanted to do. All I wanted was to get my $100 a month, and she went from a good tenant to a horrible tenant. It's just crazy. I mean, my taxes went up, the water bill went up, the light bill went up. So I had to raise rent. I had to raise her rent $100 to to $800. So this eviction started back in November, and I went to fix a leak yesterday at the apartment, and her whole demeanor had changed. She went from cussing me out and making me look like a bad guy to, you could see the fear in her face, in her eyes. when I was speaking to her yesterday. These were the words that she said to me. Ramon, I can't find nowhere to go. I can't find nowhere to go. And she says it's crazy expensive out there. People want 2, 3 months of rent up front. I cannot afford. I can't. I mean, I'm willing to pay the $800. Is what she said to me. And I said, look, I already started the eviction. We already got a hearing set. You know, you were nasty to me. You were, I mean, she just, I don't, you know, once I lose trust in I treat my tenants with respect. I treat them you know, as best possible. I do my best to try to maintain the property and give them a nice place to live in. And once they lose respect for me, once they disrespect me and get nasty like she did, you know, I just we got to move on. We got to move on because she should. They do it once, they're gonna do it again. She truly showed her colors, and she's got to go. I'm sorry, she's got to go. I know she wasn't thinking. She was probably heat of the moment, but you know what? I want my apartment back. I want my apartment back. I offered you to stay there for another $100 a month, which is dirt cheap for a 2 bedroom. Decent looking apartment. It's very nice. She's been there for 3 years. I never raised her rent. Her rent was at 700 for 3 years. Never raised the rent. I don't like raising rents. And then she's gonna give me a hard time for $100 and disrespect me? No. You gotta go. You gotta go. So why am I talking about this? Because you know, tenants, it's really tough out there. If you're a tenant right now, it's real tough out there. I'm getting this from all my tenants are running scared because they think, you know, I'm gonna either sell the house or raise the rent, and I had for the most part, but it was reasonable. It was reasonable. It wasn't excessive like I probably could have done because my rents are dirt cheap. I believe, I think, for what you're getting. So you know, if you're a tenant, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's getting crazy out there. I don't know what state you're in. I don't know what the laws are in your state, but this whole pandemic thing, we knew was going to backfire, and the people who were going to get hurt were the tenants. Were the tenants. The landlords' bills keep going up, and guess who's got to pay that? The tenants got to pay that, and all these giveaways, all this money that was given away. I understand pandemic, yeah, but I think it was excessive. You know, in my opinion. And now somebody's got to pay for that. Somebody's got to pay. They got to get that money back. The government ain't giving away nothing for free. Somebody's got to pay that money, and they're gonna put it on the landlord. And guess who the landlords are gonna put it on? They're gonna put it on the tenants. So it's a sad situation, folks. It really is. You know, if you're a tenant, protect your asset. I think renting is an asset. Uh, Unless you're okay, you're good enough to go pay a higher rent or move somewhere, you know, different and deal with it. That's fine too. But you know, if you're just making it and you're just, you know, you're living, you know, just below your means and you're trying to just get through things and stuff, I say at least, you know, stay put, stay put. You know, the landlord's got to pay his bills. Somebody's got to pay these bills. He's, you know, you got the taxes, you got mortgage, you got water bill, sewer bill. I mean, you know, you got repairs that need to be done. Somebody's got to pay it. So, you know, tenants, it's getting bad out there. There's a shortage. There's not you're not getting what you're paying for today. It's crazy. The rents are ridiculous, ridiculous. I see it in my neck of the woods. So I can only imagine the bigger cities like, you know, Miami, New York, and Chicago, California, and so forth. You know, cities in these states and these bigger states. You know, so you know that's what I wanted to share with you today. You know, protect what you have, stay put, let things boil over, and landlords, you know, keep your properties top shape. Do the best you can to maintain your properties, keep them in top shape, and provide for the tenants. And if you need to raise rents to cover costs, then you got to do what you got to do. You know, no one likes increase in anything. But that's all I really wanted to share with you. I'm, this is my channel. If you like my content, subscribe, smash that like button, and I'm at 94 subscribers. Come on, what do you say? Get me to 100 subscribers, folks. I want to hit the 100 subscriber mark. I'm excited. 100 subscribers after 30 videos. That's insane. I never thought I'd be in this position. I want to thank you all for watching and tuning into my channel as faithful subscribers, and I ask you that you spread this and get me more subscribers out there so I can get this information out to as many people as possible. Peace out, YouTube. Thank you.